We'll see how this goes.
Optimism, Ken. Optimism.
Okay. I'm sure this will be screwed up somehow.
Kenneth, I'm going to take that axe behind you and hit you with it.
Okay. We're back. Or wait. Welcome to the new podcast from Old Guys Playing Games. It's called Old Guys Playing Games. And we haven't been around for a while. And most of it was my fault.
No, it was not. It was a collective.
No, it was my fault. I was being pissy. And also I had a lot of things going on.
This isn't a therapy session.
Blah, blah, blah. Why not? Why not?
Okay.
First of all,
I'm gonna need some therapy.
This is my therapy.
Let's blame Jason.
Okay, we'll blame Jason. Anyway, welcome back to our listener.
We love you, family.
It never gets old.
We love you and missed you, as you have probably missed us, maybe. So I want to start this off because we've got some bookends on this record. So we want to start this off with a story from our good friend Jason Workey. Now I'm going to ask the question, and Jason, I'm going to ask you to be as verbose and chronological as possible because I'm a very detail-oriented person, and I will have to ask questions if you don't fill me in.
I'm hoping that through that you'll actually discover something and what happened that will help me. So it'll be helpful.
I think you're beyond help, Jason.
That is true.
So Jason, when did this start and what happened?
Yeah, about I don't know, now a month and a half ago, I was away on a trip. And I think I was out in Seattle, and I am in meetings, and I see this email come into my personal email account from Activision that said, "You've linked an account to your Activision account. You've linked a Steam account to your Activision account." And I'm like, I was too busy. I didn't even look at it. I'm like, oh, I must have done something. Update. And so I get home that weekend. And we jump on. I still didn't really look closely at the message. We get on, or you guys get on, and I try to get on, and I can't log in. I can start the game.
Specifically to Call of Duty, though.
Call of Duty Modern War. I could get into Xbox. I could play every other game. I could get online, play any other game. But when I got onto, and I should say, I could get onto every other non-Activision game. But when I got onto Call of Duty, I could get to the main screen. I could, and that's as far as I get. As soon as I go try to get online, it would immediately say I cannot.
So Activision requires an extra layer of login to capture and monitor your progress in the game and all that stuff. So it wasn't just that you couldn't get into the game per se. You couldn't log into their online system to be able to play online or get access to your account.
You nailed it. And so, I was getting frustrated. What's going on? I'll restart my Xbox, restart the game, quit the game, all those sorts of things. You guys are still on. I could hear you on Xbox game chat, right? The chat we always do, but I could not start the game. So I was getting increasingly frustrated. I'm like, wait a minute. I remember getting some email from Activision. So I went back and read that note, and it said, you have linked your Steam account to your Activision account. I'm like, I don't think I've ever done that. And then I looked more closely at the note, because you know how detail-oriented I am. I looked at the note, and it was this really odd name. Headlines only. It was this really odd name, Steam account connected to my Activision account. And I'm like, okay, I didn't do that. And so one of you put two and two together, and like, I bet you someone got connected, used that gamer tag, that Activision account, got online, played Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 3, cheated, and now they've they banned your account. Well, sure enough, that's exactly what happened. I did a Reddit search. This is increasing in frequency that this is occurring. So then I submitted on the Activision page, you can submit a account. I can't remember what it's called. I'll look at it in a second. But basically, where you want to unlock your account if there's been something.
Okay, so they've hacked into your Activision account somehow. They've assumed control of it and used it to get onto Call of Duty. And while they were playing as you or with your Activision account, they have cheated and they have got captured by Activision's Ricochet anti-cheat system, in which case they've completely blocked your Activision account.
Yeah, that's right. And I think, Jason, if I'm not mistaken, it was more than the Steam account, right? They created like 6 different. It wasn't like they had like there were. I think there was other than just Steam that they'd created IDs on, right? And they sort of had them more than one. If I remember right, you were reading through them at one point. There were other links like to Nintendo or other stuff.
Yeah, I actually did find that is the only one that they did. I had linked obviously my Xbox account to my Activision account, and one other thing. There's like 4 options to link to your Activision account, and I had like 2 of them. But that's the only one that they compromised. So I submitted a ticket into Microsoft and Activision because I wasn't sure, which direction to go. They finally removed that, whatever that ban was, so that now I could actually stay. And this took several weeks. Unfortunately, one of the things I'm going to tell you is how horrific the Activision support process is. But the ban got lifted. I was finally able to get into the game, and I'm playing the game. And then I start instantly dying, and I'm thinking, whoa, like someone sniped me, or I stepped on a prox mine or something. And then then finally I was like, figured out it was when I was jumping off of anything higher than like the top of a truck or second story or whatever. I would jump and instantly die. And I swear one of you, as we were playing, said, "Ooh, I bet you have one of the Ricochet like Splat things." I think it was you. Someone figured out that there's a Ricochet thing called Splat. So I instantly looked that up, and sure enough, this exact sort of thing happened to a bunch of folks where they get banned from the account just to get in. They can finally get in because their account is unlocked. Then they still have the remnants of the Ricochet anti-ban stuff. And as far as I can tell, this is the only thing that I have. But I've been thinking about it more because I think, Stu, you said, I wonder if there's more to it. Because I've always not been the best of the 4 of us, right? I'm usually down the list. But even with the Splat thing, which I've gotten used to, I've sort of adapted my gameplay to it. I still notice that I'm like way off my numbers. So I don't know if it deals with accuracy, if it deals with I have because I have the Splat thing. I think maybe I do jump off stuff, and then my health goes from like 100% to like 20%. So if the smallest thing hits me, I'm instantly dead. So I'm finding myself dead a lot more, having to respawn. But that's where I'm at. Just quickly on the Activision. So you can never, ever, and I've tried every single pathway in the support process. You can never, ever get to a human. You can never get to a place where you just log a ticket and say, "Here's what's happening. Direct me to the right team."
All right, let's clear some things up first. So you were unbanned and you got into Xbox, but you started to find some weird things about your gameplay experience. So Ricochet has implemented some discouraging features for cheaters that they'll either make them invisible or make them splat. And the splat is what Jason's experiencing, where normally you can jump off a tall structure and survive, maybe get hurt a little bit, but you're not going to die. Whereas Jason's experiencing, just the simplest jump off of something would kill him instantly. So you're unbanned for cheating, but you're still experiencing some of the anti-cheat remnants, and I'm trying to find a list of what they are here. But so that's really weird. So all right, so I do want to understand your experience when calling Activision and talking to them to get this resolved.
No.
Talking to them.
There's no talking. There's no humans. There's no phone number. I think Ken did a very widespread internet search to no avail. There may have been a number. Someone found a number, and it was not really a number. So there is no way to get to a human being. As far as I can tell, no one is looking at tickets. So I think now, in retrospect, what got me out of the ban, of course, Stu and I know lots of folks at Microsoft, so I think Microsoft helped me get rid of the original ban, but I don't think that went as far as removing the ricochet anti-cheat. And I think my guess is the system has there's a record in the database that says you got this ban, but there's this sub-record, this sub-element that is around a ricochet anti-cheat, which they still haven't removed from my account. So I have no way of telling.
There are 5 different things. One's called damage shield, which I believe is when you try to shoot people, it doesn't kill them right away. It does very little damage, if any at all. One's called cloaking, which is basically, I believe, when you're trying to shoot somebody, they turn invisible and you can't see them anymore. There's also a disarm, which I think takes your weapons away. There's hallucinations, which I think, I'm looking it up here, but I think is just basically has false positives for tracking enemies. And then, of course, there's Splat, which is what you're definitely experiencing.
100%. And it's most noticeable in Warzone. So we've had to adapt our gameplay, which actually we won. Josh, Stu and I won the other night in Resurgence because it forces us to stick together. So I was thinking this would be a great thing for Ken to have, because Ken never sticks with us, especially if someone pops a mission where he's got to go get a scavenger.
Nice.
So I have no idea, and we're going to hopefully boost this podcast and get the word out, because as far as I can tell on Reddit, this is a real issue that many users are finding themselves in, where their account was hacked. They were never cheaters. By the way, you all know we played this game for a decade or more, all the different versions. I'm an Activision subscriber for years and a stockholder.
Nice.
And I just do not, for the life of me, understand how they can't solve this issue. Yes, there are cheaters. There have to be ways to legitimately tell that a cheater on a specific device, truly are guilty of that. I've never ever done it. I can look at my entire history and see that.
That's weird. That's very strange. So, okay, Microsoft probably greased the wheels a bit to try to help you get your account unbanned, but your account still reads in their cheat system, so you're experiencing some of the mitigations that they've. Okay, so have you seen or read anywhere about how long this might take, or how long people typical recover from these anti-cheats, or the mitigations are lifted?
I've looked. I haven't seen anything that there is a timeline, Ken, or timeout. We were hoping with, which I'm sure we'll talk about later, we were hoping with the season 4, we might have gotten a refresh. And a couple times Jason gets
right.
It's very sad. He gets very excited. It's like a kid going on the Christmas tree and seeing a box that looks like an Xbox box, getting really excited, then opening up and it's underwear. He gets very excited because he thinks it's gone, and then all of a sudden he splats. It's very sad. I feel it breaks my heart, actually.
The boy who cried wolf.
Yes, but in this case, it's a good wolf, and unfortunate.
So, what's next, Jason? What do you have you sent any other communication with Activision? Or
I tried the other day to go down a different path and just do a bug report instead of going down the sort of account recovery stuff. And I was super specific about, what happened. I already had my account unlocked. I have this Splat thing. I was never a cheater, all those things. And that was a few days ago and no response. So they just are horrible in their support. They need help.
Yeah. Well, I was going to give me a chance, Ken. I'll stew rant at some point, but you let me know when it's my time.
I will. This is a tough one, right? Because we definitely want to have anti-cheat mitigations. We want stuff to discourage cheating, and we want to punish those that have cheated. And I do like these, the different things. And I did find a website here that shows or tells about them. So the colloquium is the process of hiding legitimate players from cheating players. That's kind of funny. Disarm, the process of removing weapons and equipment from cheaters while in game. Damage shield, the process of providing legitimate players with a protective barrier against cheaters. So that's pretty cool. I like those. And of course, Splat was the other one. We've got to find a way. Obviously, we can use social media, but we've got to find a way to reach out to Activision to explain this situation and have them recognize that this is a false positive. Yes, the person did steal your account and did cheat. However, that part has been rectified. The account has been recovered, but now the cheat mitigations are still being enforced, and we need to have them lift that. So now, you never got a response from Activision with regard to statement saying your account has been restored. It just, you went in one day and you were online.
No, you did.
No, I did, but to go back to see if I got that from Microsoft or Activision.
Because I would respond to that if at all possible.
There was a no. It was a no
reply. It was a no reply.
Yeah,
of course it is.
There was one that said we can't process it. This was later. We can't process it because we do not detect any suspicious activity on your account. So someone had to go look, either that or there's a bot that goes to look at the fields to say, there are the attributes to say whether or not it was, and nothing.
Okay. Okay, thank you. That's interesting. I'm assuming there is a ticket number or anything like that is that we can probably use to bring to attention to Activision this specific case. I mean, you got a ticket number for that, right, Jason?
I do. I just have to. I have so many of these requests.
That's fine. We don't have to do it here.
Yeah.
But I think that if we took that ticket and we flooded Activision with any emails we could find, also put it in social media and say, hey, look, this has been rectified per your ticket. However, we're still experiencing some of the mitigations.
And I think we need to create a really good thumbnail for this, Ken, because thumbnails work, but we need to put Sydney Sweeney on the front of it because it'll boost.
So we get the algorithm highlighting.
She's the latest in YouTube that clearly moves the algorithm. So I think we put her in there.
So I think the combination of the words Call of Duty and Sydney Sweeney might actually.
Sydney Sweeney says Activision is failing their customers.
Yeah, and that'll bring it to the top of the Google search.
That's right. Sure.
Well, you can't say that. It has to be something like Activision Sydney. Make something up in the title.
Sydney Sweeney, and that's
she's
all you have
starring
to do.
in the latest season. Like she's going to star as there's
Sydney
a new
Sweeney Call of Duty skin
operator lookalike Sydney Sweeney, and Jason has Splat.
With the voice of, who's that actress that OpenAI took the voice of?
Scarlett Johansson.
Right. So
allegedly, but GPG does not want to get sued. Thank you.
That's right. Allegedly.
That was a good story too. I like that one. All right. Well, we need to figure out how to get this fixed for you, man. So we'll do some more. We'll reach out to we'll watch out to the OGPG listener and see if we can get some help with that and get this moving down the pipe to get you fixed.
I would like to commend Jason's patience during these warnings. games because I would have turned off the Xbox a long time.
There was an evening.
There's only been one time. There's only been one time where
I
I
lost
it.
He was mad.
But other than that,
he was mad at us though. He wasn't mad at the game.
No. I was mad at the.
No, he was mad. I was mad
at the game. I just stopped talking. I was so mad because what happens is after your first resurgence. So you come in, you can pull the chute, you can cut the chute and re-pull it in that first jump. What happens is the next time you die, when you resurge, you come out of the plane and you instantly fly to the ground.
like a missile.
And there's no rhyme or reason to where you fall. So I could be across the map and they're, working on the other corner of the map. And I'm like, guys, I'm down. And I know that there's no way you're going to get to me. So I die again. It happened 6 to 8 times that game. I was losing my mind.
But
always, if we play with him, we have to get him. Someone has to have the medic vest because that revives faster.
It does. There's 2 things here. Number one is we did win Resurgence the other day with him, which was great. Number 2 is it does keep his little running backside closer to us because, Ken,
it's true.
He's off and running, right? And so now, he's sort of beholden us to carry him around a little bit, which is fun. But it does keep us together more, right?
It's like having an old man in our
crew. It's like,
where are the stairs? We got to find the stairs for Jason.
That's a great point. Yeah, that's a good point. He's our grandpa now. He's the OGPG. He's the OG OGPG.
I wish we could strap him on like a backpack and say, all right, we got you.
I would actually like that.
A baby Bjorn on the front, like tandem skydiving.
Oh, that'd be cool if he could cover my back if he was shooting back.
Right. That's right. Like a little mini me.
I do. I'm going to go on a quick rant, and I promise it won't be bad. But I do think this from an Activision perspective, guys. I know here's the thing that's rough right now. Activision is going through a lot because obviously they've lost a lot of their headcount, and that probably doesn't help the situation we're dealing with right now. But they could catch the cheaters. We've always talked about this. Like, they know who cheats and who doesn't. If you look at Jason's algorithm, you will see that he's been playing Xbox since the original Xbox launched. We started on day 1, back with the big green Xbox, the big green eye, right? So, the odds that Jason decided to start cheating now, the stats wouldn't show it, right? And so, they should be able to know pretty quickly what's going on here. They should have known that there was once they've detected the hack, the system should have automatically, once they've said, yeah, we see that, they should have automatically taken the stuff off. This is not rocket science. And by the way, it doesn't need humans. It should be done inside of a ServiceNow system or whatever system they use to do the ticketing for them. The reality is, I think Call of Duty allows cheaters to continue to play because they want them in the game. I'm just putting it out there. I think they do try to stop them, but I think, Josh and I watched a video the other day with Tim the Tatman where a top 250 guy was clearly cheating. Clearly, right? And it wasn't brain surgery to watch and go, that guy's cheating, right? And so it should be easy to detect. In the world of AI, it should be even easier to detect. So my hope is that they get better at this, but also, customer service in this realm needs to be, I don't care, put AI customer service on, at least give us an AI answer back. At least make it feel like there is some sort of, response happening, because, Call of Duty is something people put a lot of hours into. And if you start taking your best players who really enjoy playing it to really, we're not when I say best players, we're not top 250. We put a lot of hours into it because we enjoy hanging out together and playing. But if you start pissing us off, we're going to find something else to play. And eventually something else will be better out there than what you've got. Maybe it's X-Defiant, maybe it's something else. But the reality is we need to get this fixed, and we're not going to give up because we want justice for Willie Hawk.
That's right.
Yeah. No, you make a very good point. Obviously, this is a cat and mouse game, right? Between the anti-cheat and the cheaters, because they're getting very, very creative as well. And I don't know. I know that Activision has spent a lot of money and a lot of research into the Ricochet fix, and I think for the most part, it's doing a pretty good job. However, we still see cheaters in the mix. We get some outliers that are just screams someone who's cheating or not playing right. One thing that I'm worried about is retribution from the person who hacked your account. They could go out there and report you, and that would maybe sustain some of the problems we're having. However, I just read that there is a they're looking at they have set up a system for malicious reporting. So,
they've had that for a while, where people are reporting people for
knowingly submitting false reports or spam reporting legitimate players may lead to account penalties. So that's good that they're actually looking at that as well. So maybe that's not a problem in this case. I think we're all on the right page here that this is just a remnant from the account being blocked and the mitigations being applied and not removed once the account was unbanned.
Can I say something? I think it'd go a long way, because I don't know, I report people all the time because I feel like they're cheating. At least I've seen stuff that I think there's cheating.
As do I, because of the peer pressure from you.
Right. Well, I appreciate the fact that you're malleable, but my big, I would love to have intelligence data back on the people I reported. Like, if I'm misreporting people and there's a reason I should have not done it or whatever, I would love to see that data, right? Because I see something that I think is clearly a cheat. I don't know if eventually they decided that person was a cheat. It would be great to have a dashboard of, hey, 60% of the time you're wrong, doofus, right? It would be nice to know, right?
Yeah.
And they don't give us that.
That brings me, that reminds me, at one point in time, my son had been blocked by Microsoft. And Microsoft did provide a system for him to log in and see the update and progress of the account being unblocked when we supplied all of the information and stuff like that. So I agree. They're twofold, right? We would like to see the progress of how we are doing as far as reporting cheaters. And we would also like to see, for Jason's case, the progress on his appeal, and the mitigations that are being applied to this. Activision probably could learn something from Microsoft with regard to that, which is kind of funny because Activision has been in this industry a lot longer than Microsoft has. So it would be interesting to see if anything like that comes in the future. But right now we're missing that.
So Activision, let's fix this. We're here to help. Give us a call.
Yeah, that's right. We're here to help. Old guys playing games. We're fighting for you.
our listener. All right, so now we're at a halfway point. Are we what's next? Are we gonna talk season 4, 3, 2? What are we doing?
Yeah, we could talk about season 4. Haven't played it all that much. It's been less than a week, but I haven't seen anything too extreme that was, oh my God, worthy. I do like the Tokyo map. The one time I got to play it, they need to boost that one in the playlist so we can see it more often. I do enjoy it.
I was wondering if they were having problems with it. Why it wasn't? Because you'd think they would boost it, right?
I would have thought so too, but I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
Josh, what are your thoughts?
They'll do the Tokyo 24/7.
You think?
Yeah.
Next week, probably.
Let me do something because I like that map.
I think it's so far it's been fine. I think. I mean, I like Paris. That's sort of cool.
Mm-hmm.
And these don't seem like, maybe I'm wrong. No, I'm probably wrong. So you can tell me I'm wrong. Most of you will already know I'm wrong.
You're wrong.
But I don't.
You're wrong.
I don't recall these maps before in previous iterations. Am I wrong?
Well, Josh would be the person to ask that question. I don't remember them either.
Tokyo reminds me of the one where, you know how you could go up it was like at night in a downtown, you could go up on the scaffolding. It reminds me of that one.
Piccadilly?
Is that Piccadilly?
I think so.
That's Piccadilly.
But they're not, I don't think they're remakes of it, anything.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
There was one we were playing yesterday, Stuart, that I said, this reminds me of the drive-in.
Yeah.
There was a layout. I think it was the layout that reminded me of that.
Drive-in.
So I don't know why that would have triggered that, but I'll see if I can figure out what that was and see if I can look at the map layout and see if it is actually just a rehash or a remake of that map. But again, there's nothing standing out to me.
No, I mean, I think they're pushing everything. What, June 8th is the reveal of the next
the
Cold
Black
War,
Ops
right?
3 or whatever it is.
Black Ops 3. That looks like it's going to be really good. I mean, everything I've seen so far that's going to get.
Remind me what that game style is. I can't remember the Black Ops. You guys are always better at remembering how it compares.
Black Ops was the one, Adler, that was in the 70s in Germany. That was the whole. The mission was very much 1960s, 70s, Eastern European. Berlin. If you remember that whole, remember the brown leather jacket, and you were in the briefing room with all the poster boards with all the stuff clipped up. I have to go back and look at it, but it's I think it's the better gameplay. If I remember through the different games, I always think that one's the best.
Black Ops, isn't that Nuketown? Wasn't that the latest version of Nuketown? I believe
it was Nuketown.
That was Black Ops.
I think so.
Yes, because I remember the guy with the leather jacket.
Yeah, I think so.
As Adler, right?
Yeah.
I thought that was 80s. That was 80s. It wasn't 60s and 70s.
Well, whatever. It was pre-Cold War.
Yeah, it was a period piece. Yeah, it was during the 80s because I remember there was a big scene that had Reagan.
So this one's gonna have This one's gonna have Clinton. I saw a brief clip.
Oh, okay.
So it must be that would be late 80s, early 90s.
Well, the nice thing about that, so I will admit that as of a couple months ago, I had gotten incredibly bored with this game. Mm-hmm. And I just found other things to do than play this game because it was just
a car.
So I was very pleased to hear that Black Ops will be released in Game Pass. Since I already paid for Game Pass, I was not looking forward to paying for another Call of Duty. So I am pleased for that. If it ends up being good, maybe I'll put some money into it for, Battle Pass or something. But I was not looking forward to paying for another Call of Duty, as bored as I've been with this. And I will say, part of it's my fault. So obviously they have skill-based matchmaking. Okay. And I don't play as much and haven't as you guys. And I'm not as proficient as you guys, partly because I don't play as often. I probably, but you guys are more skilled than I am. So the problem I have is that because I don't play enough, because I don't practice enough, because I haven't built up my character, my ranking enough, I get put into games with you who are higher ranked players. And because of the skill-based matchmaking, I'm getting basically my ass handed to me because I can't keep up and I can't compete. When I play by myself, I am the top player, if not the second top player in the match.
You just cannot play with Josh. I mean, that's what we've all figured out. Josh just brings the heat with him.
That's why we should start boosting. Ken, get in the lobby. Get the lobby, and then we all join. And then
Ken, we did want to think through a process of. I agree with you. I think I'm the same way. When I play by myself, I win every lobby, right?
Yep.
But I do wonder if it's the host matters.
I think we tried that once. I don't think it matters.
We tried it.
We tried it once before, and it doesn't matter. I have tried to host, and I still have tough games. Now, the other thing I will say, just to credit Activision a little bit, I know that when I play with you guys, I'm not as focused on the game. I'm enjoying chatting with you guys and joking around. So my focus is not solely on the match. Whereas if I play by myself and I'm not chatting with anybody, my focus is the match and I'm much, much better at that game. But I think the skill-based matchmaking is definitely hitting me the hardest. And that makes it hard for me to enjoy. I enjoy spending time with you guys and chatting and joking around and playing games. But at the same time, I'm a competitive person and I want to do well. And it's frustrating for me to see me at the bottom of the list every time. And and that got to be very, very disheartening and discouraging and
that's fair,
frankly, emasculating. So.
Oh, okay. You're not okay. No one took your.
Let's not do that.
And by the way, we need to play with you as much as I know you. It's emasculating when you're not playing with us, Ken.
I appreciate that.
But I do. They also challenge with you
as the sack of the team. Is that what you're saying?
I believe that's what I believe you do hold us together, Ken. That's what I said.
As important as the balls, I'm just the sack.
Okay. You're the container that holds this group together. You always have been.
Right.
And I guess I'm not gonna continue this analogy anyway. But I am saying that, like, I think from your gameplay, what I love about the four of us is our gameplays are distinctly advantage. We have goods and bads with our gameplay with each other. We're all different. Your gameplay, I mean, you're great unless someone opens a supply box, then you're like a freaking bird dog, and you're gone. Right. But but between Jason's ADHD and your OCD, and Josh's just kick the door in and kill, and then I'm unpredictable. I think it's fun. It's fun to play together, and I think to me, like, we were all in the same town. We'd go and have breakfast together, and we'd chat and we'd talk and whatever. But even that's hard to do with families and schedules and everything else.
Yeah.
I think it's a blast, and it's even like with Jason's issues now. And Activision, don't listen to this part. I mean, we have to change our gameplay in order to accommodate the unique thing we have to deal with, right? And it's sort of fun. In those games, this is where you become very important because you are the healer, right?
Yeah,
you're the
that's
one,
true.
Jason. I got you.
I got the medic one when we won, which was shocking.
I think that was for healing me. Remember at the end?
Revive.
No, but you healed me at the end. Remember that guy put me down? You healed me, and then I went up. You went
but
up.
I also had Jason a couple of times.
Yes, you did.
Yeah,
so,
me too. He splattered
which is
a lot.
out of character.
It's true. I am the meat shield.
But the one thing I do like about the new game, real quick, because you think about the new game, right? One thing we liked about the older, when it went to what is it, Cold War, whatever it is, was the puzzles. They sent out the kits to the guys with they got the VHS tapes and they're showing clues, and you got to get the codes and open bunkers. That's coming with the new one.
Oh,
they're doing that now.
God.
Did you say they sent? Here's what they sent to the content creators. Really cool. They sent them a 13-inch TV with a VHS tape built into. Remember those TVs that had the VHS tape at the bottom?
Oh yeah,
They
my
sent
dad
them
always said
those.
never buy one of those because if one breaks,
Right.
you're without both.
Right. And they sent those guys. They went and found those. They sent them to them. They're putting these VHS tapes in, and they're watching the Adler stuff. So that's kind of stuff that we like because there's more stuff to do.
Man, I'm so glad you brought that up because that was a topic I definitely wanted to talk about. That kind of stuff. I mean, I remember, I still have it. It's next to my seat where I play Xbox. I have a notebook and a pen, and I was writing stuff down because we would have to remember it for the next stage of that.
I loved it.
And that stuff, that was the stuff that's why I played a lot during that time frame because I really enjoyed that. And that stuff has been gone. That and the special events like Nakatomi Tower, that stuff's gone.
Yeah.
I miss that stuff. These other events that they're doing, where
Godzilla.
well, just the events that they're having right now, that wasn't too bad. The Kong and Godzilla, I enjoyed that one. I thought that was hilarious.
Krampus.
But Krampus you didn't like, yeah. But the ones they're doing now where it's just, get this many kills or whatever, and then at the end you get a blueprint. I'm like, well, that's not even fun. It's just gameplay.
These events are they're just tokens. It's like putting quarters in the jukebox, right? They want you to just play. It's not as much fun. You're right. You don't assemble something. You don't have to go to different parts of the map
solve mysteries.
and get into the bunker.
Actually,
Like I even like the one with the Fortune's Keep where we had to open the throne room and go down and get stuff. That was fun, but it wasn't really anything that did anything after that, right?
Right.
Like you had to light the what do you call it, the sconces in a certain order in order to open the door. That was cool.
Yeah.
That's what we want. I know that the little punk ass kids just want to shoot stuff. That's fine. We're old guys. We want to play games.
Right.
See what I did there? Josh, you see that? See what I did?
What'd you do?
So that brings me to a topic I want to talk about, getting off of Call of Duty since I kind of got bored of it. There was a game that came out recently called Hawked. Hawked. Now it's probably hawked like a pawn shop type term, but unfortunately it's got a little bit of Fortnite feel, only because of the graphics and the movements of the characters and the weapons, something like that. But there's no building that you have to do, which is good. But the thing added that I think is unique that I really enjoyed was it was a treasure hunting aspect. It was very like Indiana Jones-ish, with booby traps and puzzle solving to try to get to the treasure. And I played the demo. I got into the game. I'm like, oh, this is kind of fun. And then I got into the live part of the game, which you play. There are other people on the map. It doesn't become a PvP, type experience. And I believe you can have a team as well. I haven't done that yet, but I was running around, and there are AI as well as human players, and I didn't really think about the human players because I had just done the demo and the trial or whatnot. But what's it called when you first start playing a game to learn how to play it?
Oh, the tutorial.
Tutorial. Thank you. The tutorial had all AI. So when I got into the real game and I'm running around, and I don't see anybody on the map except AI. And I see a marker that there's something over there. I'm like, oh, okay, I'll go over there and I'll solve that puzzle and I'll get that treasure. And I saw a person. I'm like, oh, that's AI. So I just started hammering on him. He started moving different. I'm like, oh, this is a real person. So he killed me, of course, because I'm not great. And I was like, okay, this could be fun for us. I think that this will be fun. Stuart, you're going to hate it because of the weapon system. It's very Halo or futuristic. It's not necessarily realistic. But I think that the other aspects of the gameplay can be very fun. So I want us to try that. And it's free.
All right, okay.
It's free. So free is great.
So where do you go? Where do you go to get it? The Game Pass, or do you go to the store?
I don't even think it's a Game Pass game. I think it's a free to play. Kind of like you would get Fortnite. Fortnite's not a Game Pass game. It's a free to play. I'll send you guys a link and so you can take a look at it.
I downloaded a new game too. I downloaded War Thunder because I thought I'd try it, because it was.
I tried it too.
It's airplanes, and then you can do tanks and ships. It's sort of like all those other ones all together. I had fun playing it. It was, I started playing. I'm like, this is not the kind of thing that I think we'll do as a group because it's a little bit chaotic. But it was one of those fun, mindless jump in a plane and shoot. The problem is once your plane gets shot down enough times, you have to go back to the previous plane. So going against a Messerschmitt and a biplane wasn't exactly the easiest thing to do.
That would be lame.
I was in my little biplane. I'm like, but it was fun. It was fun, but it's not for us.
I tried Jedi Survivor.
Did it?
And
it's pretty good. I mean, it's a button masher, but it's nice to be a Jedi and use the lightsaber and stuff like that. It's an escalator thing, you just kind of follow the path.
It's a first person, right? Or is it third person?
Third.
I think that,
and you level up your force powers and
that's
all that
cool.
Stuff. It's cool, but it gets a little monotonous.
Yeah.
But I like it.
Those story driven games where they have a set path can be a bit tedious, especially nowadays when Sandbox has gotten so big.
What was the Star Wars? Was it Battlefront? What was the one?
Battlefront.
Yeah. That was a good game.
I liked it too. So there's a new one that's free to play this weekend that they're trying to promote from Ubisoft called Skull and Bones. It's another pirate game, and it's supposed to be really good. I downloaded it. I haven't played it yet, but that's another one to kind of be on the lookout. I know that I still like playing that pirate game.
I did too.
What was that called again?
It was oh crap! It would be on our little boat. We swim to the island. It was not Josh's favorite game. Where'd Jason go?
Sea of Thieves.
Sea of Thieves.
Sea of Thieves.
I liked it. It was fun.
It was fun. He's probably Jason. I think likes Sea of Thieves. I think it was a fun game.
Yeah, he did. I think he liked that.
All right. So what else do we have to talk about? Oh, any new movies? I saw Godzilla -1.
Yeah, we saw that in theater, and that's still the greatest movie I saw last year.
That was
great. Yeah, that was a good.
Did you tear up at the end? I did.
I did.
It's a great human story, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, absolutely. The story that followed the human side of it, I thought was really well done, really well told, really good story. The Godzilla part was fun. I found what was funny about that is it's a departure from the current films that they're doing, which is very CGI heavy, which this movie is too. But the character of Godzilla looks and kind of moves like a guy in a suit, like from what I remember as a kid. That. And it really excited me because it reminded me of how I felt back then watching it, because as a kid back then, your imagination gets the better of you and you imagine this being real, but you're seeing it's a guy in a suit walking around.
Do you know what the budget for that movie was?
It was pretty small, wasn't it?
$15 million.
Wow.
Think about that.
And what he's making.
The special effects they did with the boats and just the simple, they did use the old simple tricks, like when he's chasing the boat. That's the old, Jaws trick, with the wave and everything else.
Yeah.
It builds so much drama without having to have like laser beams flying around and other stuff, right? It was like, such a good movie.
I mean, like when they were...
Say that word again.
Laser beams.
Laser beams.
I did that on purpose.
I mean, the first scene where they were being chased, and they were dropping the bombs, the death chargers or whatever, the sea mines towards him. When him chasing that boat, I was like, that is so incredibly well done. It looked real. It looked, it's just, they did a job. I will say though, the one thing, one scene in particular that took me out, was when the plane flew in his mouth, because
that was
the sound effect they used and the long pause made me laugh so hard, because it was almost like a Looney Tunes at that point, because it was it just plunked.
Did you figure it was? Let's not give away the ending, but did you figure out what was happening there before?
In the hospital?
Don't say it. No. How it ended with after the plane, all that stuff. Did you figure that out? The relationship between the mechanic? Anyway, let's not talk.
I looked it up after because I had questions, especially the hospital scene. I don't know if you guys noticed it, but if you look at her neck, so there's a lot of story there that you have to kind of realize, and how she survived. So it's very, very, very cool. And if you haven't seen it, I really encourage you to see it. I think it's coming out on Netflix here in a couple days. So
I think it's on Netflix this
weekend. I encourage you to watch it.
Cool. That's a good one. I know I didn't see it, but I know two of the gentlemen here saw Furiosa. Mad Max, even though Mad Max wasn't in it. So
fantastic. Well,
it was incredible.
Explain it to me. So this is a prequel.
It's a prequel to the last
one, which was also a prequel to the originals.
That's right.
Okay.
And Charlize, her character in The Fury Road, Furiosa, is who this current one is about, and sort of how she started, like how she got into the gang, if you will. And there's a cool, I'll just say there's a neat Easter egg in the movie that Josh and I both spotted.
I was worried about Chris Hemsworth, but everybody said he's amazing. He does an amazing job.
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
Yeah, as I've heard.
So good.
Does he play a character that you see in subsequent films, or not subsequent films, but
I don't know enough about the universe.
It probably gives something away if they say yes or no.
Okay, all right. I'm trying to figure that out.
I think one of the characters that's in there is in subsequent films, and I think they have a rivalry. I believe. I haven't seen the movie, but
okay.
Because there's like warlords, right? I mean, that's the whole thing about this thing, and each warlord controls something.
Yep.
It's a must see in the theater.
I love the original. I have such a fond memory of the Road Warrior, and non-dubbed. I can't stand. The U.S. got the dubbed version. I can't stand it. They still only show the dubbed version because I guess you can't stand Australians for some reason. I don't understand that, but that first movie was so gritty for the time. It was amazing.
Yeah, and that was like on a bootstring budget as well.
What's interesting, and I can do more research on this, the guy that directed all of these, he's directed all of them, which I didn't realize, everything from one to this one, he was a doctor, and I believe he funded it and directed the original, and sort of then went from being a doctor to being a director. So he's like the George Lucas of the Mad Max world. I didn't realize that. I don't know why it only took me to this movie to realize that, but I saw him on TV and I was like, huh, interesting.
That is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite series.
Best name ever, The Lord Humongous. Come on. I'm gonna get that tattooed on my back.
That's up there. That's up there with Blade Runner for me. You know, it's one of my favorite films of all time.
I love that movie so much.
Speaking of Chris Hemsworth, did you see the commercial for Clash of Clans?
No.
Oh my God, it's a live action Clash of Clans, and Chris Hemsworth is the barbarian.
Isn't that game that
cracking me up? Christina Ricci, Will Arnett, Ken Jeong.
Oh wow!
It's so funny. I'll have to find the link and submit it to you.
That would have been the perfect trailer to put before Furiosa. I don't know why they wouldn't have done that. That's crazy. They missed.
No.
Oh,
it's not a movie. It's a live action characterization of those characters. You have to see the commercial. But it's basically just a commercial for it's a commercial for Clash of Clans. It's hilarious. No, it's not even a parody.
Wow.
I can't even really explain it to you. It's just that they use live actors to play these characters in this guy's mind of the game. So I'll send you the link. It's very, very funny.
Oh, very cool. What else? So what's coming out? So we saw obviously Daredevil and Deadpool. The popcorn buckets have been released.
I bought tickets for that.
Look at you. You getting the bucket? Which bucket you go? Which bucket are you going to butter up?
My kid, yeah. We'll see.
Who saw Dune 3? I still haven't seen it.
I haven't either.
Dune 2.
I heard it's amazing. Dune 2, sorry. I heard it's amazing. I haven't seen it yet. I have to watch it. Maybe watch it tonight.
I saw Planet of the, whatever that one is.
Oh, the Planet of the Apes.
Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. One of the longest titles ever.
Really good.
Damn you
Was
all.
it?
Damn
and
you
I tried to watch the original Planet of the Apes with Andrew, my son.
Wait.
It was hard
Charlton
to
Heston
get through, but it was, yes, it's so bad, but it's good.
Damn you all.
When he does that
laugh,
when he laughs and then the camera goes up to his face and it's just so old.
Oh yeah.
60s.
I watched that. I watched Ben-Hur the other day. We were in a hotel somewhere and Ben-Hur was on. I'm like, oh, I used to watch Severe. I watched it. I was like, that's such a good bit. I love the way they used to make movies though. Like Ben-Hur, how do you make that movie? That's amazing.
They don't make those like that anymore. I mean, the closest we got was what Napoleon recently.
Yeah, that did do very well.
No.
What about the new Alien movie coming out?
Romulus.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
They almost jumped the shark on that Alien thing.
From Prometheus? Yeah, that didn't go very well.
With in my opinion, that and the Terminator series, they just need to stop.
Yeah, I agree on Terminator.
Stop while they're ahead.
I'm worried Ridley is chasing money these days. You
know? Yeah. I'll watch it. Don't get me wrong. I'll watch it.
I mean, I'm worried about the Gladiator sequel. I'm worried about a Gladiator sequel. I don't know how you Gladiator your sequel.
Too.
It's going to be the kid grown up, but he's going to be like, I bet my father. It's not going to work.
I didn't even like that character, the kid, anyway.
I agree. Lucius.
I didn't like the actor either.
Well, there you go.
I think my pick for the biggest summer movie that I'm most excited about is The Bike Riders, the new Austin Butler.
Yeah, I saw the trailer
Michael
for that.
Shannon.
It looks really good.
It looks phenomenal. There's an extended trailer now. The first trailer that came out was more the teaser trailer, and I was like, I don't really know. This looks forced. But watch the new extended trailer. It looks amazing.
The Bike Riders?
Tom Hardy's in it.
It's a terrible title, but I understand why they use that title. But
right.
It looks like Easy Rider? Was that the motorcycle movie? It looks like that type of movie, and I too am excited to see that one. It's on my list.
Watch the trailer, Stu. You'll love it because it is like old biker gang.
Okay.
Yep. 50s biker gang.
Tom Hardy is the main character with Austin Butler. How can you go wrong with those two?
Okay.
That guy.
Well,
he's so
Tom Hardy, yes. Austin Butler. All right.
Well, how was he in Dune 2? Do you guys watch? He played a pretty crazy character in that one. Quite the departure.
Who did? Butler or Tom Hardy?
Austin Butler.
Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, I didn't know.
Oh, okay. When you watch it, you'll see. But I saw these clips of him. But
I feel like he just always talks like Elvis
I'm pretty sure he doesn't
in whatever
do it.
movie he's in.
But no, yeah, he had gotten so involved in that character that he had a hard time shaking that accent.
I know Josh's pick for the summer. Josh's pick for the summer is just going to be like so doishy.
Ooh, he was.
I know it's going to be funny.
Here goes Jason. Here goes Jason
Jason goes off
Here
the
it is.
Doishi top rope.
projecting. What is it? What do you think? What do you incorrectly?
Beverly Hills Cop, Axel F. Beverly Hills Cop. The new Axel F.
That's on Netflix, isn't it?
I didn't even know that this was a thing.
You haven't seen the trailer.
I want to see that before I see Twisters.
No,
Josh, go watch the trailer.
Jason. Listen to me. I am a purist.
It's all about the canon, Josh.
Beverly Hills Cop is one of the best movies of all time,
Is it banana in a tailpipe?
and I probably won't watch it. Just like it's going to be bad. Just like what's the other one? The one that we just can't. The Pop-Tart one that was terrible. Like,
Unfrosted. I still haven't watched it. I'll
It's
watch
gonna
it on
be
my way to Lisbon.
terrible.
I'm going to watch it on my way to Lisbon.
it's going to be terrible. One was one of the best. 2 was pretty good. 3 was not really watchable. And now they're going to make another one.
But
Doubt
it's
it.
like Coming to America. They got to stop doing these. Like, this is just, I know Eddie may need the money. I don't know what's happening.
He's lost his luster. All right. I think if we are hitting our bookend here, so I say we wrap this up, and I'll see if I can edit this to be something worth listening to. So that's us. Another episode in the
Can I
can.
just-
Oh yeah, please do.
Can I just say something? I missed this, Ken. I really appreciate you getting us back together. This is fun. We have a lot more to talk about, so I appreciate you pulling this together. This is awesome.
All right. So that's us, old guys playing games. I'm Ken,
I'm Stu.
I'm Jason.
I'm Josh.
and that's it. Thanks, guys.
Not bad.
Thanks to our listener for listening.
Later.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, Mom.